boxing, please watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing Today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris the Nightmare Arias, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Alright, so on the Broner Garcia card, there was another heavyweight fight besides the Washington versus Jarrell Miller fight. It was George Arias taking on Elder Hernandez. Both guys were undefeated prospects coming into the fight. Arias picks up the victory. He improves to 8-0. He won by decision. It was his third fight of the year. He beat tricky journeyman Jamal Woods earlier this year, and he beat a undefeated Russian prospect. Forgot that dude's name, but it was a big dude, about 6'5", 240, something like that. It's a big guy he beat, and then he just picked up this victory. So hopefully we see George Arias back in the ring at least one more time, maybe once or twice, depending on how quick he gets the fights over with. But the bad thing is I didn't get to see any highlights of this fight. That's what took me so long to do a post-fight on this one. I've been trying to look all over the place. I cannot find a link anywhere. So if one of you guys that follow the division like that and seen, you guys have a link, please leave it in the comment section. But it's good that Arias is getting these, these type of fights, fighting a guy like a Jamal Woods. Again, you look at Jamal Woods' record, you're not going to be, it's not going to jump off the screen at you. But if you know anything about the heavyweight journeyman, Jamal Woods, one of them guys, man, if you're not ready, you fuck around and lose that fight, you know what I mean? But he beat Woods. He beat a big Russian undefeated guy, prospect, young guy like himself. Then he just picked up this victory. So I like what he's doing this year. I like that he's staying active, you know what I mean? Because he did have a time where he was just kind of gone for a minute. I forget exactly how long he was out, but he was out for a minute. But I'm glad that he's active this year. And his style, man, I think his style of fighting, and he's still young. He's only, what, 25, 26? I think he's 25 or something like that, years old. But his style is the type of style that I think, at least, that you got to stay working. You got to stay training. You got to stay picking up fights to fight in that style. Pressure fighter likes to let his hands go. He's as we would call a smaller heavyweight. His frame isn't small, but as far as his height, and he doesn't weigh as much as some of the bigger heavyweights, but still has a nice frame. I like his enthusiasm. Want to see more of George Arias, man. I want to see more of him. Not too many shorter heavyweight prospects that I'll rate as high as George Arias as far as prospect goes. You got Sergey Kuzman out there, Oscar Rivas. You have a few guys that are around that 6 feet, 6'1", somewhere in there. Darlington Aga. I mean, there's a few guys. I mean, I don't want to get the name of everybody, but there's a few guys out there I'm keeping my eye on, and he is definitely one of them, George Arias. So he picks up victory. You also got Hemi Ahio out there in New Zealand. I think Ahio's going to be back. I thought I seen that on BoxRec. He has a fight coming up. But anyways, George Arias picks up the victory, man. Proves to 8-0. I'm glad that he went some rounds. I'm glad that he's not knocking out everybody. You know what I mean? Because you want to get that work in, and you want to get rounds under you, man. Get that experience, and you know what I mean? Just get the rounds, get the experience. It's better than going in there, although you don't get paid for overtime, right? But it's better than going in there just knocking dudes out in 20 seconds. Yes, it looks great for the highlight reels. And I just don't think he's that type of puncher anyways. If he was that type of puncher, he would just knock guys out. It would just happen. You know what I mean? Just nature would take place and it would just happen. But I think he's more of a guy that's a battle of attrition, wants to outwork you. You know what I mean? He's one of those type of dudes. So good to see him in the win column again. Hopefully he fights at least once or twice more this year. George Arias improves to 8-0, the Dominican heavyweight prospect from the BX in New York. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.